talking about prosperity, happiness, and joy today. Yes, there are some people going places where they're being told they're miserable sinners, where they're being told that they don't get to have any good thing in life because they don't deserve it. And I don't know about you, but I came from one of those places, and I rejected it early and loudly. They kicked me out of Sunday school. Yay. Because how crazy is it to live in this beautiful world and not be able to accept it, not be able to have it, not to be able to taste it and feel it and go there and try them on and just experience all of the good things in life. I love this teaching because it says that you not only can prosper, but you should prosper. You have a right to prosper. You have you deserve to prosper. And sometimes that idea brings up some of our self-worth, and we ask ourselves, well, who am I to take the last cookie? Oh, please take the last cookie. You know what happens to milk if no one takes the last glass? So what good is that? Who am I to have the nice things in life, to have extra money and to be able to go where I want to go and buy what I want to buy and do what I want to do and be who I want to be? Who am I? We are the ones. Who are you not to? I'm flipping into Marianne Williamson's quote about it doesn't help anybody to play small in the world, but then that takes me to Marianne for president. And oh my gosh, what am I venturing into? So who are we to not be who we have come here to be? I love this teaching because I found it when I was dirt poor. I had no place to live. I had no vehicle. I had no money. And as I grew in this teaching, I got to a place where I had a small apartment, a $100 car that I prayed over regularly. I was on welfare, food stamps, and gave plasma twice a week to have money to feed my child. I know what it's like to not have anything, and there are no brownie points in heaven for being poor. Charles Fillmore, the founder of Unity with his wife Myrtle, said, being poor is a sin. If we had any sins, being poor would be one of them. Now, we don't have any sins, thank God. I don't think they do over at Unity, but I know we don't have any sins, even if it is an experience of poverty, because I figure in a universe of abundance, it takes a lot of power to be poor. It takes a lot of power to keep the tidal wave of riches from falling on us and lifting us up with money, 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 money. Prosperity, health, wholeness. And prosperity isn't just about money, but I have been to where I haven't had money, and money is important. Money is important when you live in a society where we don't trade chickens. You live in a society where the mortgage is paid with cash, the electric company is paid with cash, food is bought with cash. Money is important, and we are meant to master money in our lives. And I love this teaching because it says, take it, it's yours. For that matter, in the very beginning of the textbook that we are using in Science of Mind 103 on Monday nights, there's a poem that Ernest wrote to us. At the very beginning of the textbook, it says, peace be unto thee, stranger. This is life or God or spirit talking to us. It says, peace be unto thee, stranger. Enter and be not afraid. I have left the gate open, and thou art welcome to my home. There is room in my house for all. I have swept the hearth and lighted the fire. The room is warm and cheerful, and you will find comfort and rest within. The table is laid with the fruits of life are spread before thee. The wine is here also. It sparkles in the light. I have set a chair for you where the sunbeams dance through the shade. Sit and rest and refresh your soul. Eat of the fruit and drink the wine. All is yours, and you are welcome. That's the way the textbook of this teaching starts out, saying this is all set out for you. All of the fruits of life are here. There are no rules of what you can and cannot have. There are no diets going on. This is all for you to enjoy in life. Life is saying, here, I'm giving this to you. I'm giving this to you. Sit down. Enjoy life. Take a break from all of the doing, and the internal stuff. And just enjoy life. That's what this, woohoo, really, that's what this teaching is about. It calls us to challenge our old ideas that say we shouldn't, we mustn't, there's not enough, and if we take what we want, then surely someone else will lose what they want. That's an old model. That's an old paradigm. We are limitless. That means that everything has the energy of limitlessness within it. You know, we could build a mansion for every man, woman, and child on the planet with the wood that's already in one forest in Russia. We have so much. There's not lack. And in our summer prosperity class, we know that true prosperity includes perfect health, perfect wealth, and perfect happiness. So it's not just about getting things, but you know, the mindset that can create prosperity can be used, not the mindset, but the mind that can create prosperity can also be used to create poverty. And so it is incumbent upon us to learn how to think in the direction that we want to live so that we can have the things that we want to have. I love this teaching that Wallace Wattles says you have a right to be rich, that there is a science to getting rich, and that yes, you can be rich. My goodness, if I could have seen ahead in time from when I was given blood plasma twice a week, they won't take my blood anymore, it's been so skewed. Twice a week, if I could have seen the life that I was going to have today, I would have meditated more, I would have treated more, I would have paid more attention to classes, I would have gotten here faster. But I got here in my own time doing what I needed to do. And even though we are well versed in these ideas of prosperity, happiness, and joy, sometimes we fall backwards. Has anybody ever fallen backwards? You got it all going together? Okay, Barbara, I want to master money in my life. Okay, well, my first question is, are you tithing? No. Well, that's the thing, that the reason that we don't give our money away is based in fear. And so if we're holding on to an idea of fear, then what are we creating but fear? We're creating that which we are afraid of, that which I have feared has come upon me. We are focusing a master power of creation in our lives, and if we're holding on to a sense of lack and limitation, then we're going to demonstrate the outpicturing of the lack and the limitation, and then we're going to point to the demonstration of the lack and the limitation and say, I knew it. And what we should do is say, I did that. I did that. In a universe of infinite prosperity, I managed to create lack. I am so powerful. It's like when people come to see me and they go, well, I'm so lonely. Really? With 7.5 billion people on this planet alone, you're lonely? You are a master at keeping your good away. So if we know that it's the same mind that can create prosperity and abundance and health and wholeness that created the lack and the limitation, then we can get on our horse and steer it where we want it to go. We can take it to where we want to be. We are meant to be happy. Today is a happy day. Happy day is on Chris's license plate outside. Today is a happy day. We are meant to be happy. You know, even the Dalai Lama says the whole purpose in life is to be happy. Really? The Dalai Lama. You're supposed to be happy. We're supposed to prosper. Perfect health, perfect wealth, and perfect happiness. These three things fit together so well. Some people say, well, I can't be happy until I have all the things I need to have. No. Happiness is an inside job. Happiness is all about your choices, your experiences in life, how you're spinning the tales that you tell yourself, and how you're creating your life. If you are dependent upon being happy before you can have a physical healing or a relationship or more money in your life, and you have a neurotic, dysfunctional unconscious, that says, I don't get to be happy, I don't get to have these things because I don't deserve them, because somehow there's something wrong with me, there's a black mark in my soul, I'm a miserable sinner and I need to be punished. If we've got that going on even on an unconscious level, then we're going to sabotage our healing, our relationships, and our finances so that we don't get to be happy. Sometimes you just have to suck it up and be happy anyway. Really. I am master of my chip. I decide what I feel as well as what I think, say, and do. So I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to do this. And I'm not going to fall into the abyss that says the outside is real and dictates to me who I am and what I will do. I've had conversations this week with people who have let themselves get into dire financial straits. And I say what I always say, are you tithing? And they've both said no. And I go, well, if you are not tithing, and you're not tithing because you're afraid to tithe, because you don't think there's going to be enough, then you're going to create dire financial straits out of that. And when you create that and look at it and go, I knew that was going to happen, that all was going to be lost, then that's our creation. And again, a better response to it is, I did that, and if I did that, I can do something different with it. We are so powerful. One of our people was going to sell their house and take care of some of their finances, and their house came in $70,000 under what they thought they were going to get. And they said, oh, now I don't know what I'm going to do. I said, I know what you're going to do. You're going to get a hold of your thought, because the power and the presence within us can change any circumstance just like that. That power and presence within us can demonstrate a physical, miraculous healing, and it can demonstrate a financial healing. Do you know that money can come into your life from many different places? Do you know that you are wide open to the flow of life? And if there's some kind of an unconscious fear inside of you that says, oh, I don't deserve it, I shouldn't sparkle and shine like that. Yes, you should. Be like one of those daffodils outside, and we go out there and go, oh, no, not you. Not you. Everybody else gets to open and bloom, but not you. You didn't do winter very well. You didn't work on your root system very well. You didn't take in all the moisture that you could have. And you're just not a good daffodil at all. You don't get to open. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's what we're telling ourselves. We don't get to open. We don't get to shine. We don't get to be all that we came here to be. Yes, we do. This teaching says not only do you have a right to prosper, to be happy, to be in your joy, but you have a spiritual job to do that. I was going to call it an obligation, but I don't like that word obligation. Ugh. You get to party on planet Earth. And when you create more in your life, you lift everybody else up around you. Marianne Williamson, playing small never helped anybody. Don't play small. You get to be happy. You get to prosper. True prosperity includes perfect health. You get to have your body work. You get to wake up in the morning feeling wonderful, filled with energy, flexible, strong, clear. You get to do your spiritual treatment or spiritual work before you even get out of bed, so that when your feet touch the ground, you've set the law in motion. You get to do that. You get to have a body that continues to get younger and younger and younger. And then we have joy. To me, happiness and joy are a little different. My soul craves joy. I have happy days. I have happy moments. I have happy experiences, and I love them. But when I get connected and tuned in, I experience joy. It's not bouncy. It's a constant. It fills me to overflowing. There is a feeling of joy that I need at a spiritual level. And I don't have joy when I'm worrying about my prosperity. Ernest says that if you want to have joy in your life, you have to dry your tears. And I would add to that, you have to stop complaining about the things that don't look the way that you thought they were going to look. So what? Things don't rule us. We rule us. So we have to dry our tears for ourselves, for other people, for the wrongs of the world, for all of the stories that we make up inside of our heads about what shouldn't be. We have to dry our tears and move into that idea that says all of the power of God itself is present at the point of me now. Boy, if that won't challenge your self-worth, I don't know what will. All of the power of God itself is present at the point of me. My mind is a center of divine operations. I am the center of spirit. And all that spirit is, I am. I'm not a piece of spirit or a part of spirit or just a little side thought of spirit. Remember what Thomas Troward said, in order for a unity to exist, it must exist in its totality at every point simultaneously. And then, gosh darn, quantum physics came along and proved him right. In order for anything to exist, it must exist in its fullness, in its totality, at every point, all at the same time. It's mind-boggling. All of God is at the point of me. All of God is at the point of you. All of God is at the point of you. All of God is at the point of you for 7.5 billion of us, and that's just here on planet Earth. All of God. And to shrink from that, to say we don't deserve it. The table is laid and the fruits of life are set out. Here's a chair by the fire in the sunbeams, but oh, no, I shouldn't. I dare not. I'd be too big for my britches. I have to keep my head down and be safe. God, don't live that life. Live the life that says, yeah, baby, I'm home. This is mine. And when the next person shows up, there's plenty for them, and there's plenty for them, and there's plenty for them, but I'm going to live this life. I'm going to live this life with prosperity in every area, and no matter what the outside circumstance is, I'm not going to let it tell me who I am. I tell my life who I am and what it is, and it shows up as that. I'm not going to live a life that pulls me back from living. I'm not going to live a life that says I can't. I'm only going to live the life that says I can. And if I falter and fall back and forget, then as soon as I remember, I'm going to get back up and stand straight and tall and set spiritual law in motion. I had a friend in California who was a new minister, and he called his mentor, Lloyd Tupper, dear friend of mine, Lloyd Tupper, and said, oh, the church is not going well. You know, it's new. I'm a new minister, and things are going south fast. And Lloyd said, are you tithing? And the guy said, yeah, I'm tithing. Lloyd said, double it. And he did. Things turned around just like that. Our dear Francis Leahy, who was a practitioner here for many years, would counsel the people who came to him and say, tithe where you want your money to be. I'm just pushing your buttons now. I'm just pushing you. Because it doesn't matter how much you give away. J.C. Penney gave away 90% of his income by the time he died. It doesn't matter how much you give away, you're going to get it back. You will get it back. I stake my life on this idea that what we give out, we get back. Whether it's money, whether it's a tithe, whether it's free videos around the world. We're putting in 3 cameras this week. We're spending a lot of money on that, so that we can give it out better and more often to more people, so that we can give it out. Because no matter how much you give out, you will set spiritual law in motion and it'll come back to you. It is my job as your teacher to teach you how to create your experience. I can't not do it. And if you are saying, oh, things are going poorly, and so I'm going to pull back on what I give, things are going to get worse and worse and worse until we decide, no, we're We're going to set spiritual law in motion. If I decide that, or if I wake up and I'm not feeling well, this happened with John last week. He woke up, he wasn't feeling well. I said, I'm going to treat you. And it was within hours. I'm feeling great. Everything's fine. This is what we do. We treat. We set law in motion. We take action on our own behalf, and we never, ever, ever give in to fear. Never, ever, ever give in to fear. Oh, I got afraid. Well, stop it. Stop it. You're the one in charge of your emotions. Stop it. Think about what you want. Think about all of the joy in life. Focus on the presence of spirit. Teilhard de Chardin said that joy is what was the big word? Joy is the infallible sign of the presence of God. Infallible, not able to be failed. So focus on what you want. Focus on your joy. Focus on your happiness. Create your experience in life. Don't settle for second best. Don't settle for, well, I'm getting old, and so I got this pain in my hip, and, I think that maybe I got a little arthritis starting, and maybe I'll just go ahead and start bending over now and walk with a shuffle, because, you might as well get ready for all this stuff. No, because your body is listening. The body of your affairs is listening. Speak truth to it. I am God's own, because I am God. I am made of spirit. I am made of God stuff. I command all of the power of creation itself, and I call it forth into form as my life right now. Vibrant health, abundant prosperity, joy-filled relationships, wonderful success. I call that forth. I create it. I only see that. I won't let anything else in my consciousness. I insist upon it, and I will not falter. I know what it's like to falter. It sucks. It does, because then all you're doing is creating the outpicturing of that faltering. You fall down, rise up, stand up straight and tall, be the God being that you were meant to be. It is my intention for everyone in this center, for everyone in the sound of my voice, to have more money than they know what to do with, to have a body that they love and serves them well, to live happy days one after another, and to always be in joy. And so it is.
I am prosperous, happy, and filled with joy. Say that with me. I am prosperous, happy, and filled with joy. Thank you, Barbara. That was brilliant. So do we have anyone who's with us for the very first time this morning? Welcome. We've got a gentleman over here. Thank you so much for being with us today. Anyone else going to fess up? Okay. Thank you for finding your way. What you're getting is a card, and if you fill that out, we'll put you on our mailing list and promise to not inundate you, but to let you know about what's happening at our center. Welcome. Okay, everybody, let's take out what we're going to give. So, Barbara, you'll autograph this for me later? Clearly, it's mine now. So these are the envelopes and checks and such that have come into the center, including Barbara's and mine. And what I'm going to ask you to do is whatever you're giving today, hold it close to your heart. And know with me that the presence and the power of the One dwells in everything of our lives, including this that we give today. We know that we are empowered by our giving, that we are clarified by our giving, that our hearts are open, and we do this in a loving, joyous, wonderful way. And we are the prosperous beings we claim to be as we do this good thing. And as we repeat these words together aloud, I freely and joyously give from the abundance and fullness of my overflowing heart. Flowing goes with love as it touches and blesses the world. And so it is.